Hi, welcome to Tasty Treats 2020 with GourmetQuilter. We're working on one of the 2020 treats for the year. We're doing some tree appliques, so we're making a little bit of a forest. We've got 20 different appliques, one each day for 20 days. And we've already done 2, so we've done 1 and 2, so we're on to block 3, tree 3 this time. This is a program that's run through the website GourmetQuilter.com, so if you're looking for more information, please go and have a look. If you've gone ahead and registered to receive the pattern, so you'll have a pattern that looks like this. It's got the trunks and the leaves. This time there's also another page which has got this enormous green tree on it, the foliage in a one big clump. So you'll have that, as I said, through GourmetQuilter.com. Otherwise I'm just going to show you how to put the blocks together. So each day there's a new block and a new video for 20 days, kind of fun. So the pieces are numbered, so they would go down in that order, so that if there's layering, we start with number 1 and then we add number 2, etc. So I've got the fusible web. I've already gone ahead and cut all my shapes out. I've got the fusible web on the back, so I'm peeling off the paper. And I'm just going to position this on here. Now this is quite a large piece for this large tree. And I just want to make sure that I'm fairly central side to side. You could have done a finger press line and a reasonable distance from the top. We are going to lose 1/4 of an inch all the way around in a seam allowance. And I'm just going to place that there. And then I've got the tree trunk which sits over the large green tree. And again, I just want that to position itself, again allowing that you're going to be losing 1/4 of an inch at the lower edge there, and then just let these shapes find their place as they've been cut. And then there's some leaves, because trees have leaves. So these ones are just a little bit random, although they're different sizes. So I'm just going to position them here. They don't have to be exact or symmetrical particularly, unless you want them to be. And another one here. So I'm using batiks for my applique. I find that when I'm doing the fused raw edge type of applique, batiks seem to fray a little bit less. Their weave is a little bit tighter than some other cotton fabrics. So I really like them for this type of work. And they come in such amazing colours that really they just work. So I'm really happy, I think, with the positioning of all of that. So I'm going to go ahead and iron them in place, because of course once they're ironed, they're there to stay. And then I'm going to be using a stabiliser. I'm using a lightweight cotton batting as my stabiliser, so I'm going to be stitching right through that as well. You need some sort of stabiliser when you're doing free motion, because it does tend to want to scrunch. You don't have all the tension set on the machine in the same way. So, and I just like to iron it to that batting because it's all cotton. It's not fusible, but it does sort of grip, and so it just sits nicely if you iron it to it before you start doing the sewing. So what I'm going to do is come around. I can do all of the tree trunk, and I can come around the main part of the green, but I will need to come in and do the leaves as separate pieces. I try not to start and stop too often when I'm doing free motion. However, sometimes you just need to. So I'll start off with doing the tree trunk and then continue straight on. If I start somewhere near where the main part of the tree comes out, then when I've come all the way around the trunk, I can then come all the way around the green, and then I can stop and start and do my leaves. So I'll go ahead and get started on that so you can see what I'm doing. So as I said, starting somewhere near where the next piece is that you want to skip onto. So I'm all set up with free motion. Drop my feed teeth. I've just got a regular sewing needle and a regular thread, 50 weight cotton thread in my machine. You could actually use some decorative threads for this. That would be quite nice if you've got some that need using up, or just because you want to try them out, or just because you know they're going to look really good. So I might go ahead and keep doing the tree trunk, and then I'll show you when I go on to the green bit. So almost around trunk. Back to where I started, and so now I'm just going to skip straight onto that large green bit and come all the way around there. So I've got quite carried away with my tree, and I've finished doing the outside of that large green piece behind, and now I'm just doing the last couple of leaves. Just one more to go. So when I start and stop, I do a little stitch on top of itself that locks it nicely, and then I can just continue on. And same at that end, it's a couple of stitches on top of each other to lock it. Then I can just trim off any threads because it's locked. And I like to give my work a little iron. So exciting to see these trees appearing in my forest. So that's tree 3, doing pretty well. You can see on the back where I've done all the stitching. It's all looking quite even and tidy, which is nice. And now I'm going to pin this up in my forest. This forest is going to be a forest. Does 3 trees make a forest? I wonder how many trees you need for a forest. It's looking pretty good though. 3 trees done. So we're just working along this line. These are the trees that we'll be doing. So if you're interested in finding out more, please go to GourmetQuilter.com to 2020 Tasty Treats, and I'll see you again with tree 4.